Parent Entrepreneur Power, conversation number 217.
Parent Entrepreneur Power.
Wait, what? It's Mama Power!
This is the podcast for parents juggling the tough choices required for success in business while putting family first. Hi, I'm Mary Catherine Johnson, and I share the ups and downs and dirty truths of profits and potty training while chatting with successful parent entrepreneurs from all walks of life. Are you powered up? Hey there, Power Parents. Guess who? Mary Catherine Johnson here, and welcome to Parent Entrepreneur Power. I am so flippin' excited that you are here. Seriously, we are in the tail end. We're coming up to the end of this series that I've got going on here, this Power Parents in Business series. We started out with how to discover as quickly as you can what you offer and how to sell it. Then we went to how to iterate continually until you have a core product or service that's selling consistently, not just selling, but consistently. And then we went into increasing your profit by mastering your productivity and hacking those bad time habits and not falling back into them. But then we talked about building success by establishing and adjusting your morning routine. We talked about hiring a mentor and especially a business strategist if you were at that place. And the last time we talked, we reevaluated your pricing and your ideal client. So today, I want to talk to you about something that too many of us, myself included, wait too long to do. And that is how to know when you need to hire a team member, when you need a new person on your team. Now, I was one of those, what I called myself a superhero solo entrepreneur, right? Superhero solopreneur. Just go ahead and try to say that 10 times fast. I'm not going to. But I was one of those people where I would just do everything myself. It was easier to do it myself. And I'll tell you, one of the things that helped me get over that was having kids, to be honest with you, because I couldn't do it all myself. I couldn't run the business and raise the kids and clean up the Legos constantly, right? I had to enlist their help. And it really did help me to figure out how to enlist the help of someone in my business. But that's another story. We can talk about that if you'd like. But if you're not doing that and you're doing all the chores for your kids, we really need to come aside and talk because it will bite you. Now, my kids are teenagers, and I know Evan is going to be editing this, so sorry about this, Evan, but they don't help me around the house like I would like. They don't clean their bathroom. They don't, always do the dishes or put their stuff away in the kitchen or things like that. Now, Evan does a great job, I have to say. If he makes himself something to eat, he will clean up after himself in that particular thing. But he doesn't do anything beyond that. But just because that doesn't happen in my home doesn't mean he doesn't help when he's at someone else's home. So when he's visiting his girlfriend or his girlfriend's family or anything like that, he jumps in and helps. And to me, that's all that matters. That he is a kind, considerate, compassionate young man, and he knows when he needs to help others. That is what I'm teaching him instead of just doing everything for him. So if you're doing that, awesome. If you're not doing it yet, baby steps, baby. Baby steps. Get them to pick up their stuff. Make it fun. Do whatever you need to do. But now let's go to your business, okay? We can talk about the kids all day long, and I can give you resources to how to get your kids to help around the house. But really, we're talking about if you can't let that go with your kids, then you probably have a difficulty letting that go in your business. And you will not grow if you can't handle this one thing. You will not grow. Let me repeat that. You will not grow if you can't handle getting help. And all of us want to grow. Now, you may be one of those people that says, and I had a friend who did this. I'm totally fine with keeping my business this size. And I said that to myself for a long time. And if that's you, that's fantastic. If you are really an entrepreneur, that's BS. So most of us don't do it because we're afraid. Not because we just want to keep our business small. I don't know anyone who is benefited by staying small. I'm not saying you have to go money, and just that's all that matters. But I am saying that all of us as entrepreneurs want to grow and that we want to see our business help more people, make more money, and free us of more time. And keeping it small does not do that. Keeping it small keeps us in a loop. And I'm going to call this a sales and fulfillment loop. And when you get in this loop, it's very hard to get out of it. Okay, so let's just talk about this for a minute. So you start your business, you're a superhero solo entrepreneur. And if that's not you and you already have a team, then go for it. You may not need to listen to this. If you'd like a few other tips, keep listening. But if you're one of those people who either started out or currently is, or think you want to build your business as a superhero solo entrepreneur, you're doing everything. You built your website. You know how to figure out WordPress, so you tweak your website and you, like this color differently. And now you heard that the buttons should be red. Then I'm going to switch it to red. But then someone else says red are terrible buttons. It should be pink or purple. So then you switch them to that. So you spend a lot of your time tweaking your website, right? I did that a lot. But so you know how to do that. You know how to do lead pages or ClickFunnels. You've taught yourself that stuff. You know how to create a landing page and what it needs to look like and how to put the video there. You know how to create your own videos. You can create your own videos. You can put the intro and the outro. You can put in the text in the video so that when you post it on Facebook, the text is there and people can still see what you have to say without having the video or the audio on. Any of this sound familiar? Yeah, those are keys that you are a superhero solo entrepreneur and you do everything. So the time that you're spending creating that video and then putting in the text in the video and then putting it in the landing page and creating the landing page and making sure you've written the copy for the landing page, you've put the sales page up, you've written the copy for the sales page, you have the button from PayPal so you can get paid. You do all of that. You also stack your buffer and stack your recur post or your Meet Edgar or your Hootsuite, and you stack it with social posts, and you do that maybe twice or 3 times a week. Spend an hour to 2 hours of your time stacking up all your social media. You do everything. You talk to clients. You sell. You get on phone calls. You record your courses. Whatever it is you do to make money, you do it all. That's a solo entrepreneur. That's a superhero solopreneur. So that's who I'm speaking to right now. Or at least if you do most of that and you only have one person on your team that maybe is doing some of your social posts, or maybe you hired a web designer and they're doing your website, but you're maybe not as excited about that because they don't do it as quickly as you'd like. And when they do it, it isn't really exactly the way you want it to be done. Okay. Does any of this sound familiar? If it does, then my friend, you are the superhero solo entrepreneur. And this is probably how your life goes. Okay. First off, kudos. I know that takes a lot of energy and a lot of brain power to learn all that stuff and figure out how to do it. I get it. But now what happens is you go out and you've done all those things and you've figured everything out and you've started selling and you've got some clients. And you've got enough clients to pay the bills and take your time, whether it's a part-time or full-time, whatever it might be. But you have some clients. So you are now fulfilling whatever you said you were going to do for those clients. So now you jump in and start fulfilling. And then something happens and some of those clients drop off, or you finish the project or something like that. And then all of a sudden you look around and go, crap, I need more clients. So then you switch gears and you start selling again. But then you have to kind of tweak your landing page because things have changed a little bit. So you got to go tweak your landing page, and then, you got to go back into social media and post some more so you can get more clients, and then maybe do another 5-day challenge on Facebook. And so you can get more clients and get them into your funnel, but you got to tweak the challenge because the videos are kind of need to be changed and you weren't quite happy with this, that, and the other thing. So now you're doing all that stuff, and then you go out and sell. You get more clients. Yahoo! Now you start fulfilling. And the same vicious cycle starts over again. So you fulfill, and then you look up, and you don't have clients. And then you got to go back to sell, and then you sell, tweak, get everything wonderful, and then you have clients, and then you fulfill, and then you don't have clients anymore. So you get me, right? It's a vicious cycle that you sell, you fulfill, then you have to go back to sell again. Then you fulfill, then you have to go back to sell again. Okay? Is that you? Is that frustrating? Is that fight? Are you looking at that going, man, this is a tougher job than if I just went out and had somebody pay me? Yeah, I get that. You wake up one day and you almost have to start over, it feels like, prospecting again. And that cycle just keeps going. So here's the deal. If that's you, or if that's just my exaggeration of you, and maybe that still is what you do, but it's a little exaggerated, then listen up, okay? So when you get in that cycle again and you start the selling part and then you start getting clients, the first thing you need to do is look around. I know it's hard to stop, make yourself stop and actually look around. And what are the tasks that you do on a regular basis that are not actual client fulfilling? Okay? You know what these are. These are possibly billing stuff that you have to do. They're tracking. Okay, you might have to gather statistics for clients and give them a results sheet or something like that. They might be follow-up that you need to ask for things from people that you haven't gotten yet. They may be the social posting that I talked about and creating those posts or at least reposting the information you have or doing research to find out what you should be posting on social media. It could be those website tweaks we were talking about. It could be copy that you need to have or, the landing page or the editing of the video or the audio or putting in images in different places. Any of those things that are all kind of back-end stuff that you personally, as the entrepreneur and the one with the expert knowledge that is going to be given to clients or put to use for clients, anything else that is repetitive. And that's why most people start with the social posting, because that is a repetitive thing and it's something we personally really don't have to do. I can hear you guys out there going, oh, no, Mary, I need to do that because I'm the one that knows my industry. And I'm going to tell you right now, how many of you know as much about messenger marketing as I do? Probably zero listening to my voice. And yet, I have help posting all of my social media posts and sharing the information that I need to share on social media. It's not me. I do some of it, obviously, the stuff that I personally do. But the educational stuff, the sharing and showing my expertise is not me. And I can tell you how I do it. I go and I have a Google alert for a couple of keywords, chatbots, messenger, bots. I have a couple of keywords and I get Google alerts from them. You can set them up on your Google dashboard. And I get emails quite often now, obviously, because this is a hot topic. And I sift through those emails or I sift through those alerts and the information that Google is sharing with me with those keywords, and I decide which ones are important for my audience to hear. And I have a Trello card set up for buffer and recur post. And my amazing, fantastic, wonderful team member, Samantha Groff, her name is Sam Groff. She's amazing. No, you can't have her. She's mine. Don't even try. But she goes into that buffer and she posts it all for me. And pretty soon, because she's getting to know, obviously, what is important and getting into this world, since we've been working together since January of 2018, she can probably do that for me. And I can switch it for her doing that Google alert, looking at that Google alert and deciding what we want to post and what's important and what's not. So a couple of months of me doing that, maybe once every 2 weeks. Unfortunately, I'm the one that's inconsistent because I'm doing other things. And she has to keep reminding me, hello, have you given me stuff for buffer? Yeah, it's wonderful when those tables are turned. It's great. And then I can turn that over after just a couple of months. And I know I would feel very, very confident and very comfortable that she could handle it for me. So social media is usually one of the first things that people pass off to other people. And Sam, the first thing that I passed off to her wasn't social media. It was actually my contracts. So I have agreements that I create, and each agreement is a template. And then I have the specifics of the agreement, like what services we're exactly going to provide for this client, what the pricing was for that client, and the time frame, and all those things. And I just put those details in Trello. Sam has the template, and she creates the agreement for me. And she even puts it up into HelloSign for all of us to sign. So that is taken care of. And that used to take me, especially with the number of clients that I'm getting, that takes me probably a good half an hour each one. And she's got it now where she has the template in Word, because I'm on a Mac. And so she has it in Word. She knows exactly how she does it. And I think she probably bangs that out in about 15 minutes. So she's much faster than I am, can do it much more efficiently than I can. And it is a beautiful thing. So I'm here to tell you, when you start getting clients like that, you look at your systems, look at the things that you do. What are you doing repeatedly that is more administrative and it's not actual client fulfilling? Pass that off, especially if it's a repeated task. So I've already mentioned a couple: social media, contracts. There could be some customer service or onboarding that you need to be done. Maybe there's a process where somebody has to fill out a certain form or a registration form or something like that. And if you can't automate the email that goes out to them, asking them to do that, you can pass that off to someone on your team or a team member. Something that is administrative, that is not directly client facing, you can get help. Believe me. Your website, of course, instead of hiring an actual web development team, there are many people you can bring on your team. Most of them are like you in the sense that they've probably done that before. They've figured out WordPress, or they've figured out, what are some of the other ones? Weebly. I hate Weebly. I'm sorry. Please don't use Weebly. You can't take it with you. They haven't created it where you can actually take your blog with you. You can take the site, but your blog will disappear if you get rid of Weebly. So please don't start on Weebly. The files and everything you can't take with you. But one of the others, I don't think is it Square or... Anyway, Kajabi, anything like that. There are lots of people just like you who've figured out how to do that. Lead pages, definitely. There are many people who are in an administrative capacity, VAs, who have figured that out and know how to do it. The same thing with ClickFunnels. Many people know how to use ClickFunnels. So you, I'm sure, can get a VA who's played around in ClickFunnels and can help you out with some of your forms or your pages or your site or anything like that. So a lot of that administrative work that is not actual client fulfillment, you can have someone help you. And the time to do that is right when you have clients and you think you can't afford it. That's it. Because what'll happen... Okay, here's how I started with Sam. We started, I think she was going over this with me the other day. The first month we were at like 5 hours for that first month. I think she only worked for me for maybe 5 hours for that first month. And then it jumped pretty quickly because once she was amazing at what she did, I gave her lots more to do. And so it was amazing. So we jumped quickly from 5 to like 10 or 15 hours the next month. And now we're consistently, anywhere between 20 to 25 hours a month. And I'm looking at next month upping that to possibly 30 or 40 and putting her on more of a retainer instead of an hourly kind of situation. So very quickly, it's moved to she's going to be a member of my team, not just a contractor that I pay based on hours. So believe me, once you start this, you will not know how you survived without help. Now, obviously, that opens another can of crazy worms, and that is, what if this person leaves? And I'm just not going to think about that. That's it. Sam can never leave. That's just all there is to it. And if she's listening, she's laughing because that is obviously not true. She has her own goals in life and dreams, and I will totally support that. But what we have done with this is created SOPs, and these are standard operating procedures. So when you start getting help like this, you create standard operating procedures. You have video. We use Loom, and it's actually called that. Use Loom, right? And so I get on a video, and I say, okay, here, and I videotape myself, screen share, doing the thing I need to have done. And I talk as we go through it. And of course, you all know I can talk, okay? I'm a talker. I can definitely gab. So I have to shorten myself, which of course I'm sure Sam's laughing as well because I don't. But you know what I mean. You get a screen share. You record yourself doing the task. I did that with our agreement. I showed her, okay, this is the agreement. Here's where I need you to change this, and this. And I'll put this in Trello, and these are the things that we need to change. And believe me, it took about probably 3 or 4 of those of me going, oh, that's right, I forgot. And going back and giving her another screen share. And she gave me exactly what I asked her for, but then I forgot to add something. And so then we had to do it again. So it took us maybe 3 or 4 times. And if you get frustrated with that, you're going to have a difficulty. Because that's part of life. Nobody gets everything the first time. I just don't. If you do, go for it. That's amazing. But I'm not. I'm a human that is slow sometimes and forget things sometimes, and that's okay. As long as I'm not yelling at her because it's her fault and she's not yelling at me because it's my fault, we're coming together going, duh, sorry, my fault, or I didn't tell you to do this. I'm so sorry. Can you please do it again? And we've had to do upwards of like 4 revisions, right? She uses V2, V3, V4. So I know which one we're on. But if you do that now, once you get that done, if something happened to Sam and she just all of a sudden won the lottery, or was able to follow her dreams, which I'm totally supportive. I can't wait for her to do that. And she says, okay, Mary, I'm not going to work for you anymore. And obviously she wouldn't just leave me in the lurch unless something happened to her, which God forbid. But, she would work for me until I could find somebody else. And all those systems are done. They're created. Someone else can come in and all they need to learn is maybe some of the nuances. But the actual standard operating procedures are recorded and done. And once you have that, anybody can come in and help you. And it's obviously not just a question of finding someone who can just do the task. You need to think about it as actually bringing on a team member, not just a VA or just whatever name you want to give it, just some body somewhere. These people work in your company. They will work in your company. They may not be entrepreneurs and care as much as you do about it. I don't think anyone in the world could care about it as much as I do, just because I'm building it. It's like having someone else care about your baby as much as you do, right? They can say they do and they can love up your baby all they want, but very few people are going to lay down their life for your baby like you would. And it's the same thing in your business. So you can't expect that, but you don't want to go the opposite and just get a body to do a job. Find someone who works well with you, that you communicate well with. And that may take a couple of interviews and talking with people. Luckily, when I got on the phone with Sam, she gave me a great free consultation where we chatted and I talked about what I was doing and asked her what she wanted to do. And we just hit it off and it was wonderful. So we communicate very, very well together. You want to find someone like that who is a team member. And you know where I found Sam? I didn't go on to Elance or Free Up or any of those other sites. I went to my community and I asked people, who do you know? And it was actually one of my clients has team members, and this person does a lot of email marketing for my client and sets up landing pages and all those kinds of things. She's I believe, an Entreport expert. So she knows Entreport very, very well. And I just kind of put out to her because she's an operations kind of gal. And I asked her, you know what? I really need a team member. I need a VA. I need someone who can help me with administrative stuff. Do you know anyone? And she says, there's this gal that I worked with on another project with another client that was awesome. Maybe I can chat with her and see if she's looking for new clients. And I said, that'd be great. Boom, there we are. Sam is in my Skype and we're chatting. And now it's several months later and I really cannot imagine life without her. I have other people that are developers and do much more in technical things in Messenger that I need. Rachana, she does amazing. Pat Friedel, he does amazing work for me, and they help me tremendously. And so the next team member, beyond just the administrative part, is a much more technical person that you can find that can actually help you with your client delivery, your service delivery, or your product delivery, whatever you do. And the way you find them, at least for me, again, I go to my network. It's really uncomfortable for me to go just out into internet land and try and find some stranger that I've never heard of before. So Rachana Reddy and Pat Friedel, two people that have helped me tremendously. Also Neil Reichel. All of these people have been in the messenger marketing world, and I know them. I've communicated with them. I love them to death. They are amazing. They know their stuff. So whenever I need something done, I call them and say, hey, can you help me out? And of course, they don't just help me out. I pay them because their expertise is valuable. So, all right, we started with administrative stuff. And you need to add administrative stuff. And you don't wait until you think you can afford it. Please do not wait until you think you're going to put money aside and you're going to hire someone straight. No, you can start with 5 hours a month Okay. If someone is possibly going to charge you $15 an hour, $20 an hour, $30 an hour, take $30 times 5, $150 for a month. I guarantee you, if you have clients and you're charging what you are worth, you can find $150, right? That's what you need to do. Start with that and then go up from there. And believe me, just like with me, when you hire this person, you will be able to make more money because you will not be stuck doing those things that don't make you money. Creating that contract, postings to social media, those are not they're not things to fulfill my client's services. They will rob me of that time and energy that I need to spend working with clients and fulfilling beyond their expectations so that they are so stinking happy with what I'm doing that they refer me to other people and that they give me testimonials so that I can then, when I'm selling, refer back to them and show what an amazing job I've done with these clients. Now, posting on social media isn't going to let me do that. It will eventually get me clients, yes. And when I'm first starting out, yes, I need to do that. But once you start getting clients, you need to shift your focus and now think like more of a CEO kind of situation and not just a superhero solo entrepreneur. Please promise me you will do that. Because once you do, you get to the next level in your mindset. And you now have a team of people that you can call on that will help you grow your business. And this is even up to anywhere from 0 to 100K a year. You need a small team. If you're getting up to 100K by yourself, you're wearing yourself out. And you're probably not seeing much of your family. Unless you are one of these people who knows and has automated everything and you don't have to do anything. You bought templates, you created them and automated everything, and even then you're wearing yourself out. I know you are. Don't don't try and tease me. You're not. You can't do that. Get from 0 to 100K without any help at all. You need to hire some help and communicate, ask questions. Find out what people's goals are. What have they done in the past that's similar to what you need done? And think about it. If I, with messenger funnels that is brand new, can find someone who I consider invaluable within the first couple of months of working with them, and they're now getting into Messenger, you can't tell me that your particular service is so unique that you're not going to find anybody who can do it like you can. You're blowing smoke. And I'm sorry, you're pissing down my back and telling me it's raining. That's not happening. I guarantee you it's not. There is someone who has transferable skills that can help you in what you do. And if you don't get help, you're lying to yourself by saying, I just want to stay small. You are giving in to the fear that relying on someone will be a detriment. And I get it. I've been burned in the past too. But just like the old saying, dance like no one's watching and love like you've never been hurt. So I'm going to tell you, hire like you've never been dumped on. Hire like you've never been dropped like a hot potato and left in the lurch by an employee. And if you haven't had that, fantastic. But create SOPs and have them on your Google Drive or your Dropbox so that if that happens, you can have someone jump right in and know exactly what to do because it's all recorded. Okay? So that is how you know when you need a new team member. When you start actually getting clients and making money, that is when you need a new team member. Okay? I hope this helped. I hope you are going to go out and say, yes, Mary, I'm going to hire a team member. And no, Mary, I'm not going to try and get Sam from you because I will find you. I will definitely find you. She is mine. Poor Sam. She's laughing. All right. Do it. Do not hesitate. Do not be afraid. You can be afraid, but get over it and get out there and hire someone. And you will be extremely, extremely happy. And you will wonder how in the world you got on without this person. And I will be saying Yahoo for you. And please share with me. If you already have a team member, share with me. And I have to tell you, before I sign off, I have to give a shout out to someone in the audience, Suzanne Brown. She's on Twitter at mompowerment. So that's all one word, Mom Powerment, Powerment. Check her out at Mom Powerment. Her name is Susan Brown. Suzanne, thank you so much for the shout outs. She's been a wonderful networker. She's been chatting with me on Twitter. It's been amazing. I so appreciate you. Please connect on Twitter. Check out Suzanne. Check out Twitter, Parent E-Power. And that's for this podcast. And if you want to learn more about messenger funnels, you can go to Twitter at Messenger Funnel without the S. I'm also there on Twitter and of course Facebook, Messenger Funnels, and the website messengerfunnels.com. And Parent Entrepreneur Success is the website. You know that already, I'm sure. But just in case you're new here and you are a new power parent and you found this podcast and you think that we're sharing valuable information, I am so thankful that you are here, and I welcome you and invite you to listen to any of the previous episodes. We've got tons of great, amazing parent entrepreneurs, power parents that have graced this microphone with me. Katie, last week, Katie Krimitzos, she was amazing. I love that gal. And so many others. Go back to episode 1, and I think there was probably 100 and something with Pat Flynn. I mean, just check it out and go back and reminisce. Go, if you do nothing else, please, power parents, go listen to episode 100. That has to be my all-time favorite episode. I could listen to that over and over and over again. And I'm going to have to invite some of my my guests back and have them interview their kids, because that was a blast. And pretty soon you're going to hear an interview with both of my sons individually. I'm going to air a podcast interview with them, and I'll ask them some questions. And I hope that brings value to you, not just as a business owner, but also as raising kids and thinking about your kids becoming entrepreneurs. So, all right, it sounds like my voice is starting to go. Sorry about that, but I'm just getting over gunk in there, and I better sign off. But thank you so much again. I appreciate the fact that you're here listening, and I so hope that you enjoy this amazing journey we're all on.
To get powered up for your day, just go to parentepower.com and listen to the over 200 episodes we have so far with amazing entrepreneurs just like you. It might just help you feel like a grown-up again.